The Skin I'm In, Chapter 24. Miss Saunders doesn't know what she did, pissing off Charlize and Juju. Now, all Char does is talk about getting back at Miss Saunders. She ain't joking neither. Last year, when the gym teacher flunked her, Char ripped a hole in the top of her convertible. Hot glued another teacher's grade boot together when he told her sister, she was missing too much class. Me and Char and the twins are hanging out behind the school when Char says Miss Saunders is going to get it worse. That we're going to meet tomorrow at school at the crack of dawn to start messing up Miss Saunders. I'm watching the sky. Lightning is flashing across it like God is trying out his electricity. And the clouds are black, like rain's going to pour any minute. I'm scared of storms. Char ain't. She loves watching rain beat on people and lightning chase people inside. We're gonna jack Miss Saunders up, she says, putting another coat of blueberry grape polish on her lips. I hate that ugly woman. Hate her. I think about telling Char about the conversation I heard between Miss Saunders and Ty in the auditorium, but I don't. I ain't no squealer. Never was, never will be. Give me five, Raina says, walking over to Char, ignoring me. What's shaking? Char tells Raina how she's going to get even with Miss Saunders. It's payback time, Char says, laughing out loud. I ignore them and keep watching the sky. You know that big globe Miss Saunders got in her room? The one she says costs all that money? Well, that's going to be the first to go, Char says. Gonna carve that sucker in two like a Thanksgiving turkey. Rain and Ray slap each other five and talk about spray painting the walls. You gonna do all that just because you got in-house detention? I ask. Char and the twins turn away from me. I swallow hard. You've been in detention before, Char. Why you getting all crazy now? I ask. Char keeps polishing her nails. Ain't nobody ugly as Miss Saunders gonna be embarrassing me every time I turn around. Then I go raging. Then I go ragging on me to my sister Juju. I can't just let that go. Just wait. Tomorrow's morning, just the beginning. I can't get it no more trouble with Miss Saunders, I whisper. Shut up, Malika, Ray says. Char knows what she's doing. I sure do, Char says, throwing her nail polish at my head. The bottle misses me, but breaks open on the steps. I can't get in no more trouble. That's all I know, I whisper. If things ain't bad enough already, here comes John McIntyre and his crew. The sky's gonna be as black as you in a minute, Malika, he says, looking up at the clouds. His friends thinks he's funny. They laugh and give a few high fives. Then they start singing Malika, Malika, we sure want to keep her. Shut up, Char yells. John McIntyre, I'll kick your butt, she says, going after John. Jack up, Char, one of his friends says. Who she thinks she is coming at you that way? John don't say nothing. He just looks at Char with a stupid smirk on his face. See you later, Midnight, he says to me. I can feel myself getting mad, my fists balling up at my sides. Then I remember a poem about midnight that I seen in one of those poetry books in the library. The words of the poem came tumbling in my head, and I start to smile. Midnight. At midnight, if you have eyes to see, there's beauty and there's majesty. Sweet brown babies tucked in tight, shooting stars bursting through the night. Strong and sturdy trees reaching for the sky, dancing and swaying to the moon's lullaby. Quiet waters, silent nights, angels soaring toward the light. At midnight, if you have eyes to see, there's beauty and there's majesty. Char don't understand what's going on with me. She looks at me and calls me stupid, the way I'm smiling to myself. Then she tells John to shut his big stupid mouth. He winks and keeps moving, but he's still looking back at me like he can't figure out what got a hold of me. Char saying something about how she's got to always look out for me, But I ain't listening, really. I'm saying that poem over in my head again and again. Next thing I know, here comes Caleb. When Char sees him, she starts talking real proper, all up in his face, telling him how she likes his braids, asking the name of that cologne he's wearing. Hey, Malika, he calls to me, ignoring Char. Caleb sure looks good, and he smells even better. He's got on a lime green African dashiki with tiny golden swirls stitched on it. He and me just stand there smiling at each other. Char pushes herself between us. You can thank me for how good Malika looked, she says, snuggling up to Caleb. I bought them clothes for her. Gotta keep my girl looking good, she says, licking her lips. Caleb tries to peel Char's fingers off his arms. It ain't easy. She's holding on tight. I've been thinking some more about what we talked about in detention, Caleb says to me. Finally getting Char off him and moving closer to where I am. I've been thinking about changing things around here, making things better, he says. What you mean, like scrubbing floors? I asked, winking, wrinkling my nose. Some of us are getting together tomorrow to talk about ways to improve McClinton. You should come, Malika, he says, peeling Char's hand off him again. Malika's busy, Char snaps. Yeah, I say, busy. Coming after you're done, then, Caleb says. Char busts out laughing. Sure, Malika will come after she's done. Me too. I'm coming too. We're all gonna come help save school. Right, Malika? She says, shoving me so hard I almost fall down. I'm half listening, trying to figure a way out of this mess. Ever since Char came up with this plan of ruining Miss Saunders, I've been praying for God to give me a strong spirit like Akima's and Kinjari's. Listen up, Malika, Caleb says, grabbing hold of my arm and whispering in my ear. Your girl Char is whacked. You better stay clear of her before she ends up taking you down with her. Char and me are friends, I say quietly. Yeah, right, Caleb said, shaking his head. You're the kind of friend that will get Char's the kind of friend that will get you locked up or shot up, he says, walking away. When Caleb is all the way down the street, I can still smell his cologne. I can still hear him warning me to stay clear of Char. He don't know what he's saying though. You can't just stop being Char's friend. She don't go for nothing like that. Malika, get over it. Char screaming at the top of her lungs, like I'm far away. My heart starts beating fast, and wow, I know Char's plan ain't gonna mean nothing but trouble for me, but I gotta go along anyhow. Nobody ever turns their back on Char, not unless they're tired of living or something stupid like that.